Hello everyone! Today we will have a new lesson about types and functions of the computer ports. In computer hardware, a port serves as an interface between the computer and other computers or peripheral devices. In computer terms, a port generally refers to the part of a computing device available for connection to peripherals such as input and output devices. Computer ports have many uses to connect a monitor, webcam, speakers, or other peripheral devices. On the physical layer, a computer port is a specialized outlet on a piece of equipment to which a plug or cable connects. Electronically, the several conductors where the port and cable contacts connect provide a method to transfer signals between devices. A port is a physical docking point using which an external device can be connected to the computer. It can also be a programmatic docking point through which information flows from a program to the computer or over the internet. A computer port is an interface or a point of connection between the computer and its peripheral devices. Some of the common peripherals are mouse, keyboard, monitor or display unit, printer, speaker, flash drive. The main function of a computer port is to act as a point of attachment where the cable from the peripheral can be plugged in and allows data to flow from and to the device. A computer port is also called as a communication port as it is responsible for communication between the computer and its peripheral device. Generally, the female end of the connector is referred to as a port and it usually sits on the motherboard. In computers, communication ports can be divided into two types based on the type or protocol used for communication. There are serial ports and parallel ports. So there are types of ports. We can connect external devices to the computer with the help of ports and cables. These are basically slots on motherboard where we connect external devices or we can plug in external devices through cables. Mouse, keyboards, printers, speakers are some of the examples of external devices that connected to the computer through ports. First, the serial ports. A serial port is basically a serial communication interface through which information transforms one bit at a time. It is one of the oldest type of interfaces. It is used for external modems and older computer mouse. There are two versions, 9-pin and 25-pin model. The data travels at 115 kilobits per second. Next, the parallel ports. A parallel port is basically a parallel communication interface through which information transforms multiple bits at a time. These are basically used to connect peripherals such as scanner or printers. These are also known as printer port. These are available in 25-pin model. Data travels at a speed of 150 kilobits per second. Next, the PS2 ports. These are basically 6-pin mini-DIN connector used to connect keyboard, mouse to PC-compatible computers. These are basically used by all computers for connecting mouse or keyboard. These are called as a mouse port. These ports are still favored in organization for security reasons. These ports provide no restriction on key rollover. Next, the Universal Serial Bus or USB port. It is basically a standard cable connection interface between computer and external device. USB is an industrial standard for short-distance digital data communication. Basically, it can connect all types of external devices to the computer, such as mouse, keyboard, printers, speakers, and so on. These ports were introduced in 1997. Minimum 2 ports are there in every computer system. Data basically travels at a speed of 13 Mbps, which is much faster than serial port. The devices that uses USB port gets power from a USB port. The VGA or Video Graphic Array ports. VGA connector stands for Video Graphic Array Connector. These are basically 15-pin connector available in many video cards, computer, or projectors. It is used to connect monitor to computer's video card. It is 15-pin connector. These were introduced by IBM in 1997. VGA basically utilizes analog signal, hence it can only be used to lower resolution, or we can say VGA is only capable of lowering the resolution. The audio ports. Audio ports are used to connect speakers or other audio output devices with the computer. The audio signals can be either analog or digital, and depending on that, the port and its corresponding connector differ. Power connector. 3-pronged plug, and it connects to the computer's power cable that plugs into a power bar or wall socket. The FireWire port. The FireWire port transfers large amount of data at very fast speed, connects camcorders and video equipment to the computer. Data travels at 400 to 800 megabits per second. Invented by Apple, it has 3 variants: 4-pin FireWire 400 connector, 6-pin FireWire 400 connector, and 9-pin FireWire 800 connector. Let's proceed to the modem port. Modem port. These are basically used to connect PC's modem to telephone networks. Ethernet port. These are basically used to connect Ethernet cables to the computer. In this data, they travel with a speed of 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps based on the network bandwidth. Game port. These ports are available in computer to connect joysticks, which are now replaced by USB. Digital video interface, or we can say DVI port. These are basically used to connect flat panel LCD monitor to the computer's high-end video graphics. Digital video interface, or DVI port. It connects flat panel LCD monitor to the computer's high-end video graphic cards. Very popular among video card manufacturers. DVI is a high-speed digital interface between a display controller, like a computer, and a display device, like a monitor. It was developed with an aim of transmitting lossless digital video signals and replace the analog VGA technology. There are 3 types of DVI connectors based on the signals it can carry: the DVI-I, DVI-D, and DVI-A. DVI-I is a DVD port with integrated analog and digital signals. DVI-D supports only digital signals, and DVI-A supports only analog signals. The digital signals can be either single link or dual link, where a single link supports a digital signal, up to 1920 by 1080 resolution, and a dual link supports a digital signal up to 2560 by 1600 resolution. The following image compares the structures of DVI-I, DVI-D, and DVI-A types along with the pinouts. Let's talk about the digital video interface in terms of mini DVI port. Mini DVI port is developed by Apple as an alternative to mini VGA port and is basically similar to one. It is smaller than a regular DVI port. It is a 32-pin port and is capable of transmitting DVI, composite, S-video, and VGA signals with respective adapters. The following image shows a mini DVI port and its compatible cable. How about the digital video interface in terms of micro DVI port? Micro DVI port, as the name suggests, is physically smaller than mini DVI and is capable of transmitting only digital signals. This port can be connected to external devices with DVI and VGA interfaces, and respective adapters are required. In the following image, a micro DVI port can be seen adjacent to your headphone and USB port. Next, the DisplayPort. DisplayPort is a digital display interface with optional multiple channel audio and other forms of data. DisplayPort is developed with an aim of replacing VGA and DVI ports as the main interface between a computer and a monitor. The latest version, DisplayPort 1.3, can handle a resolution up to 7680 by 4320. The DisplayPort has a 20-pin connector, which has very less number when compared to a DVI port and offers better resolution. Next, Sony Philips Digital Interface Format, or SPDIF, and Toslink or Toshiba Link. The Sony Philips Digital Interface Format, or SPDIF, is an audio interconnect used in home media. It supports digital audio and can be transmitted using a coaxial RCA audio cable or an optical fiber Toslink connector. Most computers' home entertainment systems are equipped with SPDIF over Toslink. Toslink or Toshiba Link is most frequently used digital audio port that can support 7.1 channel surround sound with just one cable. In the following image, the port is an SPDIF port. The RCA connector. RCA connector can carry composite video and stereo audio signals over 3 cables. Composite video transmits analog video signals, and the connector is a yellow-colored RCA connector. The video signals are transmitted over a single channel, along with the line and frame synchronization pulses at a maximum resolution of 57.6i standard resolution. The red and white connectors are used for stereo audio signals, red for right channel, and white for left channel. The component video. Component video is an interface where the video signals are split into more than 2 channels, and the quality of the video signal is better than composite video. Like composite video, component video transmits only video signals, and 2 separate connectors must be used for stereo audio. Component video port can transmit both analog and digital video signals. The ports of the commonly found component video uses 3 connectors and are color-coded as green, blue, and red. The separate video or S-video. S-video or separate video connector is used for transmitting only video signals. The picture quality is better than that of composite video, but has a lesser resolution than component video. The S-video port is generally black in color and is present on all TVs and most computers. S-video port looks like a PS2 port, but consists of only 4 pins. Out of the 4 pins, 1 pin is used to carry the intensity signals, black and white, and other pin is used to carry color signals. Both these pins have their respective ground pins. The High Definition Media Interface or HDMI. HDMI is an abbreviation of High Definition Media Interface. HDMI is a digital interface to connect high definition and ultra high definition devices like computer monitors, HD TVs, Blu-ray players, gaming consoles, high definition cameras, and so on. HDMI can be used to carry uncompressed video and compressed or uncompressed audio signals. The HDMI connector consists of 19 pins, and the latest version of HDMI, example the HDMI 2.0, can carry digital video signal up to resolution of 4096 by 2160 and 32 audio channels. How about the registered jack or RJ45? Ethernet is a networking technology that is used to connect your computer to internet and communicate with the other computers or networking devices. The interface that is used for computer networking and telecommunication is known as registered jack and RJ45 port in particular is used for Ethernet over cable. RJ45 connector is an 8-pin, 8-contact type modular connector. The latest Ethernet technology is called Gigabit Internet and supports a data transfer rate of over 10 gigabits per second. The unkeyed 8P8C modular connector is generally referred to the Ethernet RJ45. Often, RJ45 ports are equipped with 2 LEDs for indicating transmission and packet detection. How about the registered jack or RJ11? RJ11 is another type of registered jack that is used as an interface for telephone, modem, or ADSL connections. Even though computers are almost never equipped with an RJ11 port, they are the main interface in all telecommunication networks. RJ45 and RJ11 ports look alike, but RJ11 is a smaller port and uses a 6.4 contact connector, even though a 6.2 contact is sufficient. What about the external serial AT attachment or eSATA? eSATA is an external serial AT attachment connector that is used as an interface for connecting external mass storage devices. Modern eSATA connectors are called eSATA and stands for Power eSATA ports. They are hybrid ports capable of supporting both eSATA and USB. Neither the SATA organization nor the USB organization has officially approved the eSATA port and must be used at users' risk. Next, the Small Computer System Interface or SCSI port. A SCSI port is used to connect computer parts that use a system called SCSI to communicate with each other. Generally, 2 connectors, designated male and female, plugged together to form a connection which allows two components, such as computer and a disk drive, to communicate with each other. SCSI connectors can be electrical connectors or optical connectors. There have been a large variety of SCI connectors in use at one time or another in the computer industry. 25 years of evolution and 3 major revisions of the standards resulted in requirements for parallel SCI connectors that could handle an 8, 16, or 32-bit wide bus running at 5, 10, or 20 megatransfer per second. With conventional or differential signaling, serial SCSI added another 3 transfer types, each with one or more connector types. Manufacturers have frequently chosen connectors based on factors of size, cost, or convenience at the expense of compatibility. And last, the sockets. Sockets are basically used to connect microphone or speakers to the sound card of the computer. So that's all the discussions about the types and functions of the computer ports. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.